I wanted to shoot a video really quick because I watched a video not too awful long back talking about the moon and how the light from the moon was cool and things like that. But today, with the eclipse happening today, there's some things that I've been able to learn that I didn't know at the time, and I was being misled by the video in some ways. I don't know that they were intentionally trying to mislead, but some points I wanted to make. Number one, the moon for sure is not its own light source. The moon for sure is reflecting light back from the sun. With the solar eclipse today, you couldn't even see the moon, but you could see as the sun went behind the moon. It was suddenly blocked out by the moon, which is a totally dark moon because the sun is on the wrong side. And if the moon was its own light source, you should have been able to see the moon while the sun is on the opposite side of it. We do have days when we can see the sun and the moon in two different locations, but that's because the sun, the light from the sun, is reflected from the moon. I believe that one of the reasons why the light may be cooler coming from the moon is because the moon isn't actually reflecting the light of the sun. And you got to think about that like a mirror. A mirror, if you reflect the sun's light, the heat, of course, will reflect with it off of a mirror. But with the moon is just absorbing the light of the sun and the heat of the sun, and we just see that the moon is lit up from the light that it's receiving from the sun. A question that I have that interests me is I wonder if the stars may be working off of the same principle. Because the stars, I believe science is massively wrong in all sorts of ways because they make too many assumptions about too much stuff. But I do believe that the stars are further away than the sun is, probably, at least a majority of them. But I believe all the stars may be much closer than what scientists would claim. But I believe that the stars might be reflecting back the sun's light as well. I don't know if there's ever been any test that has been available to see if a star generates any heat at all. I believe most scientists probably believe that they're too far away to even be able to detect heat anyway. But they assume that stars are miniature suns, which I believe is, biblically for sure it's nonsense. Because Psalm 19, 1-6 indicates that there's nothing that isn't affected by the heat of the sun. And if the stars were suns, they would be generating even more heat than the sun does. And so that verse in the Bible would be wrong, I believe, if that were true. And of course, the Bible isn't wrong about anything. But I don't want this video to go too long, but I wanted to cover those basic things. The moon is definitely reflecting light from the sun. And I wasn't certain about that until today, but I'm very certain now. We're in a full blackout on the moon. The moon, we shouldn't be seeing the moon, and we didn't see the moon at all today. But you could see as the sun went behind the moon. So anyway, thank you for your time. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it. But thank you for your time.